Hi everyone, my name is David Beebe. I'm a professional guitar player living in Leeds in the north of England. Although if you're listening carefully, you may hear a sound in my accent you recognise. I was actually born and grew up in the West Midlands, possibly not too far from your school. Anyway, I'm here today to talk to you about my job as a guitarist working in the music industry and what I do. The first thing to say is that I'm what is called self-employed, which means I don't really have a boss, or not a traditional boss anyway. I am my own boss, which in theory can sound really great, but it also has some downsides, as I may talk about in just a moment. Anyway, what it means in practice is that I have to manage lots of different things about playing guitar. So my job is not one thing. I don't work in one place. I don't do one kind of music. I actually do lots of little things, and they all contribute to becoming what I call a professional working guitar player. I can break down what I do into 5 main areas. The first is I own a software company that develops apps for people learning to play guitar. Now this involves lots of additional skills that aren't even about playing the instrument. I've had to learn the basics of computer coding, how to run a traditional business, advertising and marketing, working with others. There are 2 other people in my company, and this takes up a huge chunk of my working day, and it's a great project that I've really enjoyed working on. The second big thing that I do is I collaborate and work with guitar builders and musical equipment manufacturers to design and test, demonstrate and then play all over the world these instruments. So this one in particular is from a company I work with in Hungary, and I get to travel out there a lot, which is really cool, and I get to design and build these amazing instruments. And then I get to go and travel around the world and play them in trade shows and conventions, conferences, music stores, and I get to play the music I really enjoy for people that are really interested in this style of music and these instruments. And I would say this is a common theme amongst all of the areas that I work in. They all involve a fair amount of traveling. I've been really fortunate to get to go to some amazing places all over the USA, out in East Asia, China, all over Europe, working and playing guitar, and it's been some great experiences. The third area is producing online content. So this might mean making video courses or lessons that I can sell from my website, producing YouTube videos, social media posts, or the podcast that I host with my 3 other good guitar friends. All of this might sound like a lot of fun to do, and it is in a large part, but it is actually quite a lot of work as well, and balancing and juggling all these things can be quite tricky at times. The fourth area that I work in is teaching online. So this would mean giving guitar lessons to people that have got in touch with me to learn a specific thing that I'm known for. And I'm really lucky where I get to interact and speak to people, really interesting people that want to learn from all over the world, in the USA, in China, in India, all through Europe and Africa. It's a really cool experience to get to meet people from all these different places and cultures online and to teach them guitar. And the fifth area would be traditional performing. So that might mean playing guitar in a band at someone's wedding or a party or a big paying company event, or on the other hand, at a much lower paying restaurant, bar or pub gig. And as artists and creative people, we have to balance these things out. And that leads me to talking about some of the very rewarding, enjoyable and positive aspects to my job and some of the more challenging and difficult areas. The first thing is that as I'm in charge of myself on a day-to-day basis, I'm not going to get in trouble if I don't work. So I have to be quite motivated and driven to do this. And sometimes that can go up and down if I'm honest about it. The other thing is that you're never entirely sure about where the next job or next piece of work is going to come from. So there can be a little bit of stress and anxiety attributed to it because it's not a really clear career path. Although I did go to music college to learn the high level of playing the instrument, didn't really train me or teach me about how to then go about finding work or running a self-employed business. All of these things had to come very organically and had to learn for myself. And that can also be a stressful aspect to it. But on the flip side, and on balance, I realized that I am extremely lucky and fortunate to get to do what I love so much as my job, and I really wouldn't have it any other way. So thanks for listening and have a good day.